Hi, my name is Kevin Snyder of Snyder Law, and I'm an estate planning and elder law planning attorney. And today I'd like to talk to you about the differences between an Advance Healthcare Directive and a POLST. POLST being an acronym for POLST, that stands for Physician Orders on Life-Sustaining Treatment. Some people have often referred to this as a DNR, do not resuscitate. That is similar in concept, but a lot different in what we're talking about. But we'll get into that. So we're going to be talking about, again, the differences between an Advance Healthcare Directive, otherwise known as a medical power of attorney, and a POLST. And when we meet with clients and we speak with them, we encourage that they have both of these types of legal documents. And as we go through in this explanation, I think you'll see why. The first is an Advance Healthcare Directive. This is a document that gives permission to other people to act on your behalf to make medical decisions for you when there are circumstances or situations that you can't, either due to dementia, the fact that you're unconscious, you have a head injury, whatever the situation may be. If you're in the hospital or not, you are no longer in a mental position to be making decisions for yourself. You no longer have that mental competence to do that. So you have named other people that can carry out that function for you, and oftentimes you've named a succession of people to do that. And then in an Advance Directive, you can also include your wishes that you want or instructions for them to follow, so that they have the authority to make any decision, but in certain situations you've already made that decision for them by leaving them a specific set of instructions. If this situation presents itself, I want you to do this. For example, if I'm determined to be in a permanent vegetative state, I want you to keep me on life support or not keep me on life support. That's basically in a nutshell what an Advance Healthcare Directive is. A POLST, or a Physician Orders on Life-Sustaining Treatment, is something that's related but separate. It is not something that supersedes or should be in place of an Advance Directive. A physician order on life-sustaining treatment is a legal document that sets forth your specific instructions for types of care or levels of care and treatment in certain situations. Remember, I said that this was not just a DNR, or do not resuscitate, because it involves more than that. And this is what the POLST looks like. It's generally pink in color here in California so that it could be bright and stand out in your medical file, or at home when you have it posted somewhere in a prominent spot that it can be seen. But on the front, it deals with A, B, C, and D, different sections of types of situations in which you want to include an instruction over your medical care. One of which is if you no longer are breathing, you stop breathing, what type of level of treatment do you want? Others involve if you are still breathing but unconscious, what level of treatment would you want? Artificial nutrition and hydration, what type of treatment would you want? And it goes into a specific detail. And so the POLST is a very important document because it will include specific medical situations, and it requires you to review this and sign it with a licensed physician. It doesn't have to be your primary care doctor, but a licensed physician has to review and sign it with you so that it can become effective. And it's a legal order. The hospital has to follow it. An Advance Healthcare Directive, on the other side, is a legal document, but oftentimes what happens is that hospital staff or doctors or whoever is treating you just wants to see who has the legal authority to make decisions. They're not actually looking at all the instructions. That is why we advise our clients to have both an Advance Directive and a POLST. And that's going to require you to have a conversation with an estate planning attorney like me and a licensed doctor. And usually if you're doing it in advance, this is your primary care physician. But if you're getting checked into a hospital for some type of surgery operation, you're going to have an opportunity to review this as well. So the difference is that they are not mutually exclusive. They're both very important legal documents that deal with your medical health and medical decisions. We encourage clients to have both. You certainly need at least an Advanced Healthcare Directive because that is going to legally name your agents. A POLST does not have a place to name agents. It's just certain instructions and decisions. So you're going to want at the bare minimum an Advanced Directive, and then over time, if you don't have one already, you can add the POLST on top of that. At the end of the day, either of these documents can be changed. Some of the some of the hesitancy we see with working with clients is that they can't get off the ground to even have these decisions made or have these documents or create them in their estate planning because they are afraid of getting locked into different decisions. Both of these documents can be changed over time. You simply have to create new ones to supersede the old ones. And that is true of both Advance Healthcare Directive and a POLST. Our guidance, though, is that you keep these in a centralized location so you don't have different ones floating out at different doctors' offices or hospitals. And when that happens, quite frankly, you often see, if we were to go back and collect all of them, you often see differences between a variety of them. You think that, looking back, that they're all going to be the same, but you've forgotten of the little different types of decisions that you made at different points in time, and it's going to be unclear which one actually controls and exists if no one knows where to look. And they're only going to go with the one that they have in front of them. That might not be the most recent one. So you're going to want to develop a plan that keeps your healthcare legal documents centralized in a location that is easy to find. Okay, so that's the difference between an Advanced Healthcare Directive and a POLST. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to help you. Again, my name is Kevin Snyder of Snyder Law, and I hope you found value in this video. And if you are looking for more information, please feel free to look around the website. We have some great content on the video side and on the blog side, and hopefully it's helpful for you. Okay, take care.